The Pistons earlier arriving at the arena. Hard to imagine a group looking more confident. On the road, they've always got their game faces on. Happy to have you with us for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson, joined by Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson. Allie LaForce will be our reporter from the sideline. A look at the Pistons starting group. They've got Thompson, Cade Cunningham out there with Jalen Duren. And it's the professor in at the 2. And for Chicago, we've got Kobe White. Also Josh Giddey out there. George out there with Nikola Vucevic. And it's the kid in at the 4. Well, Richard, very early going in the NBA calendar. Think back to your rookie season. What were some of your first impressions?
Oh, my rookie year was a whirlwind. We were picked to finish last in the Eastern Conference. We got going from the start, and we were number 1 all the way into the NBA Finals. So for me, my rookie year, it was pretty much just a blur.
So Detroit will get the first possession. Cunningham against Giddey. Pass to the professor from outside the arc. Nails it from 3.
And solid pass from Cunningham. He has a good understanding for when the defense has overcommitted.
Thompson against George. Here's the kid. Big Dog pulls it in. And here's Detroit. It's a 3-point game. Last time they met in Detroit.
It's frustrating to lose such a close game. Felt like that last meeting was decided on the glass.
Thompson against George. Pass to the professor. 5 to shoot. Here's the teardrop. Count the basket. The professor's got 5 now.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Here's Big Dog. Shots blocked. Here's White. He's coming off a 25-point game against Phoenix. Here's Giddey. Oh, yes, the turnaround.
And you got to defend better than that. I mean, that's a good look for him.
See, this is what analytics don't take into account. Some guys thrive in the mid-range. Really depends on the shooter. It's actually kind of lazy.
Here's the professor. 5 points in the game. That one goes. Count it.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Here's the kid. He's coming off a 13-point game against Phoenix.
He's more than chipped in on the glass as well. Just a tremendous effort last time out.
Giddey. It's deflected. Here's Big Dog. 26 points for him last game against Philadelphia.
And can we talk about the best part? His defense. His shot blocking was simply on another level in that one.
And that one's good. Giddey.
Great recognition of the mismatch, abusing the smaller defender quarterback.
Well, Richard, the Bulls made a valiant effort to reach the postseason in 2023.
Yeah, they stayed alive in the play-in, managing to win their first game, but they fell in game 2 and were unable to break into the playoffs.
Timeout.
He still hasn't missed. 4 for 4 to start the game.
Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over.
All right, fans, the loudest section in here right now gets free T-shirts.
And here we can check out the story from Josh Giddey.
Chicago Lovable.
The Bulls have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. The steal. And the Pistons pushing it up now. Baseline jumper. And Vucevic with the block.
Powerful swat by Vuce, showing how effective he can be on D.
Stripped away. Here's Big Dog. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. And here's Cunningham. And the step-back jumper is good.
Are you serious? I mean, he made the defender look silly right there. Just an epic move.
Here's White. Rebounded by the Pistons. Coming off that win against the Sixers.
It was a lockdown effort defensively, contesting shots and really protecting the painted area.
They were very disciplined on that end of the floor, staying attached to shooters and disrupting plays with their active hands.
Kept alive. A nice shot by the kid.
How about the level of activity this dude just brings to the glass? Just refusing to give up on plays, and his teammates, trust me, they appreciate the effort.
It's scooped up.
You just gotta love watching a big man hustle on the glass. This is what his team expects and needs from him.
Vucevic gets the bucket.
Hard to deny Vuce inside when he can play over or through.
Cunningham against Giddey. Oh, he muscles it in through the contact. They call the foul, and he's on his way to the line.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly, that was their game plan coming in.
And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Detroit.
They've made a point to take what's given to them in the mid-range. The jumpers are falling for them so far.
And from the jump, they've also clearly been focused on running effective plays here tonight. And there's been a lot of high-quality distribution from them on the floor.
That free throw good from Cunningham.
Yeah, can you say total package? Cunningham, the prototype guard these days.
Thompson against George. Outside Giddey. Pass to the kid. White with it. Just 5 on the clock. Oh, it's stolen. Here's the professor. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
Only 1 miss in his first 6 shots. He's definitely brought his A game.
Now a timeout called by Chicago. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Phoenix.
It was almost like they looked stunned when the game slipped through their fingers. Being on the wrong end of an upset leads to a quiet ride home.
Yes, that's definitely one that they want back. But you can't dwell on mistakes in the NBA. They need to forget about it, and it's on to the next one.
And right now, let's take a look at the teams that do the best job protecting the rim. 5th on the list, the Pistons.
They're quick to help each other, and they have some tremendous athletes with a nose for the ball.
The kid passes to George. Outside White. Back to George. Let's go with a 3. Knocks it down from distance.
And great range is a big part of why George is a high-level scorer.
Pass to Big Dog. Little turnaround. Kicks it out to Cunningham. 4-3. Pistons keep it alive. Duren. No good off the back of the rim. Chicago has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Here's Giddey. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. You know, for my money, Josh Giddey is one of the most entertaining players in the league, Grant.
Yeah, he has superb vision in the open floor, B.A. Reads the angles and sees how plays develop with ease. His teammates have to be ready for a pass from Giddey at all times.
That free throw good from Giddey. Both free throws good from Giddey.
No surprise there. He's about as automatic as it gets from the stripe. I hope I didn't jinx him.
Here's Cunningham. Chicago grabs the miss. The Kid's got 4 rebounds now. Boy, the offense has been on point.
They have great timing and great communication. So hard to get stops against them.
For Detroit, they've got 7 of 15 to find the net. Here's the professor, coming off a 34-point game against Philadelphia. And Thompson gets it to go.
And you see what Asar's been working on. In one recent practice, he put up 600 three-pointers. Now, I'll tell you what, that is dedication.
Now here's George. They really needed more from him in that loss to Phoenix. Here's Duren, covered by Vucevic, and he gets that one.
I know it's early, but you have to wonder if these offenses can keep this up.
There will be some letdown at some point, but these teams, they are built to score, so.
Here's White. Duren with a rebound. Duren's got 4 rebounds now. Cunningham against Giddey. Pass to Duren. The shot comes out. Giddey with a defensive effort. And Giddey has got the ball here for the Bulls. Trailing by 5. White, the pass to the Kid. Outside Giddey. Driving in. Shoots. The Bulls with another miss. Detroit has gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. Big Dog passes to Cunningham. And he's going for the lob. Throw it down on the lob.
And nice work there in the pick and roll. Cunningham demonstrating improvement in knowing how to break defenses down.
It's Giddey on the wing. He's watched by Cunningham. George for 3. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey. George has got his 2nd basket of the night.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Detroit calls timeout.
Once again, a big round of applause for your Chicago Lovables.
And the Pistons with possession here. They lead by 4. Here's Big Dog. He's scoreless. Rebound by the Bulls. The Kid's got 5 rebounds in the game.
Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you got to shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
Cunningham Cunningham with the ball. He's got 5. Thompson passes to Big Dog. And yep, it's good. And the Pistons lead by 4.
Well, it wasn't a pretty start for him, but now he's got a bucket to build on.
Oh, there's the alley. Oh, and a nice defensive play to disrupt the lob. Cunningham outside. Pass to the professor. Pulls up. And it's Chicago with a board. And here's George. This shot's good on the assist by Giddey. Giddey's got his 4th assist in this one.
Oh, man, he's feeling it this quarter. They should be looking to get him going every trip down the floor.
Here's the professor. 11 points in the game.
And he just punches home the one-hand finish.
Hey, 2 points the easy way. Chicago's gone 3 of 4 on threes here in this first quarter. Giddey against Cunningham. Right side Giddey. Here's White, and the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
At the line for Chicago, Kobe White.
And he makes the first. So both teams changing it up here. White hits them both. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the Pistons. To the paint. And he knocks it down. He's 3 of 5 now from the floor.
They have no answer defensively inside.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
White against Ivy. Now here's White. He's guarded closely. Count it. His 3rd and 5 attempts.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Harris outside. Pass to Hardaway. Now here's Ivy. 5 on the clock. Blocked!
That's how you want to see them crash the glass. They've been out-hustled so far.
Giddey against Cunningham. And that one's good. Giddey's got 8.
Once he breaks out the crossover, you just know something special is about to happen.
Now Ivy. What a tremendous game he played against Philadelphia. Here's Cunningham. They get it again. Chicago has gone 3 of 4 on threes here in this first quarter. Pass to the kid. Here's Dosunmu. Now Giddey. He's watched by Cunningham. Ivy against White. Outside Giddey from behind the arc. Rebounded by the Pistons. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Cunningham outside. Cunningham on the wing. And again, the Pistons missing.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
Now here's Giddey. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 10 points for him.
Terrific design and execution, leading to an opportunity right at the rim.
And so it's Josh Giddey making highlights for the Bulls. He put together 10 points in the quarter. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
29.
And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And before we move on, what do you think about what we've seen here from the Bulls tonight?
Well, it's simple. I mean, they started off strong, and they've been hot from beyond the arc since the get-go.
And as long as the threes are dropping, you've got to keep launching them.
And winning a championship in 2016. Talk about what it was like to play alongside LeBron.
I'm going to be really honest, playing with Jason Kidd and how intelligent he is and how he sees the game. Playing with Tim Duncan and seeing how he dominates on the defensive end and is just a steady force on the offensive end. For me, LeBron James was the one player that combined every great skill of every great player that I had ever played with.
Here are the five Detroit has to start the second. Tobias Harris out there with Malik Beasley. Then there's Ivy, and it's the Professor in at the point. On target from range. The Professor's got 16 points.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone. Until someone stops him, just let him roll.
Here's Dosunmu. No points so far. 6 on the shot clock. White, the pass to the kid. It's good. And the Bulls lead by 1.
And, guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Pass to the Professor. This one for 3. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Here's White. Deflected. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Beasley misses.
Just enough resistance to force them as barely. That's one he'll generally make.
Here's Money. Tipped. Here's Big Dog. Pass to Ivy. And he lobs it up. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt. The kid passes to White. Over Harris. Stolen by Ivy. Out to the right wing. To the inside. Big Dog. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point in the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Important 2 points, not just on the scoreboard, but also for a little bit of momentum.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Looking at the 2K leaderboard, these teams have been outstanding at creating offense through their defense. The Pistons, #1.
It's one thing to cause turnovers, but the key is turning those takeaways into points. And this team is the best in the league at doing that.
Oh, they get a hand on it. And up the court come the Pistons on the break.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for the Pistons, Connor taking 2 shots.
break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And he makes both free throws. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. White against Ivy. Here's an 8-footer. White, good. White's got 11 points.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Here's the professor. He's got 18. Pass to Big Dog. And in 7 attempts, he's drained 3.
Need to do more than that to keep him from getting the ball in the post.
Agreed. He's just too dominant inside. So you're better off stopping him from getting the ball in the first place.
Ball no good.
It is a shame to see a high percentage look go to waste. He'll be hearing about this one in the locker room, I'm sure.
Harris outside. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And now it's a 5-point Pistons lead.
You gotta love Harris's motor. He doesn't hold back when he goes to score.
And what you appreciate about Tobias Harris, the steady production, Richard.
Yeah, he rarely has an off night. Even if the shot isn't falling, he'll find other ways to help because he has a team-first mentality.
Almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. Ball into the lane. Knocked away. Just 5 to shoot. Here's the professor. Hounded by Ball. The professor. The pass to Big Dog. Fires at the elbow. And again, it's Detroit.
And very few teams rely on mid-range jumpers nowadays, but that's been their preferred way of finding points.
Pass to the kid. Ball outside. And he lobs it up to the rim. Inside. Here's Ivy. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
First personal foul.
This run has been fueled by their matador defense.
Ivy. 1 shot.
Free throw good. Ivy. And you look at two-way players who split time between the NBA and G League. They become important to roster construction, RJ.
It is, but I think also that the NBA has to make sure that these guys are taken care of because they're less expensive, so they end up having to do this bouncing back and forth. And you can have 3 guys shuffling back and forth. It's given a lot of young players an opportunity to prove themselves, but I still think that the teams need to make sure that they're taken care of.
Now here's Harris. 10-point lead. This is their biggest of the game.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
White against Ivy. To get back on track. And he sinks the layup. White's got 4 points now in the quarter.
His shot has been on point from the opening tip. He's pretty much kept them in the game.
Pass to the professor. Shoots it from the high post. Got a piece of it. Here's DeSumo. He's scoreless to the left side wing. Fires the 3. Can't get his first shot of the game to fall. For Detroit, they've gotten 7 of 10 attempts to drop in the second quarter. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
Second personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for the Pistons, Connor. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good.
I don't even think he had one free throw before halftime, but he's making up for it here in the second.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Yeah, they're really cashing in more at the line here in the second quarter.
Pass to Money. Oh, stolen by Harris. And here's Ivy. Back to Harris. From behind the arc. The kid with a rebound. The kid's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Money. Pass to White. Over Ivy. White can't hit.
He did everything in his power to make that a hard shot.
Excellent D, avoided fouling and got in perfect position to alter that shot.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
And he's going for the oop here.
Now that's a textbook alley-oop.
I thought he'd go for the slam, but that worked. Detroit has gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. Detroit calls timeout. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, when you talk league expansion, Seattle and Las Vegas are mentioned, but Mexico City is another strong candidate. Commissioner Silver said, quote, "I feel our manifest destiny is to grow not just in the U.S., but outside as well. With the success that we've had in Canada, it makes sense that we could expand to the South as well." Brian?
That's a good idea. I like it. You know they love basketball. Allie, thank you. He's checked in for Chicago. Paul George comes in for White. Now that we're into November, let's see how the Eastern Conference standings are shaken out. You look at the Bulls. They've started strong this year, holding the second-place spot. And checking out the Pistons, a game and a half behind.
Well, I think for the Pistons, they're really doing their best to rise through the rankings. Time will tell whether they can pull it off.
And you have to wonder if this roster can get to that next level. They have talent, but if it doesn't come together, they might have to shake it up.
Now here's Ball. Yet to see a basket. Down low. A nice shot by the kid.
A mistake by the defense. You can't let Ball's teammates get open because he will find them.
Pass to Big Dog. It's deflected. And here's Ball. It's George on the wing. Clock at 6. Puts it up from 15. Big Dog pulls it in.
And usually that's a bucket for him, but look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
Pass to the professor. To the middle. Stolen by Ball. And he's going for the lob. And the lob disrupted. Not to be. And the Pistons pushing it up now. Thompson, that's good. Thompson's got 5.
What dedication by Thompson. Refusing to let the defense get the upper hand there.
George passes to the kid. From 12 feet. Rebounded by the Pistons.
He was so well positioned to interfere with the shot.
Textbook defense. Take a good angle to the shooter and bother the release. Get him the ball anywhere close to the hoop. That thing is over.
Chicago has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. The ball's knocked loose. Down low. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
You could just see how in sync they were there.
That's what it takes to pull that off. And so George will bring it up for Chicago. It's a 16-point game. Pass to the kid. And he gets it to go. 4 for 6 so far. Detroit has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Inside. Turin in the post. Covered by Vucevic. Chicago has gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. Cunningham with the ball. He has 7. Thompson left side. Pass to Big Dog. Back to Thompson. The 3. The kid with a rebound. The kid's got rebound number 11. Grant, plenty of guys show up to the league. Accomplished athletes. Star Thompson is no exception.
Yeah, I mean, he and his twin brother Amin both possess elite explosiveness, BA. At 6'7" and a 7-foot wingspan, all the tools to succeed and the work ethic to make it happen.
Josh Giddey's checked in for Ball. Well, the Pistons shooting about 58% so far in the second. Here's Duran. That shot is off. Nice D from Vucevic.
Just hasn't found much consistency from the floor, but his teammates have picked up the slack.
Here's the kid. The lead now in single digits. The kid's got 8 points in the quarter.
And off the jump, they were effective from deep. I don't know why they haven't continued to fire from out there.
Thompson outside. To the paint. Here's Big Dog. Oh, that one's off. Still out of sync. George outside. Pass to Vucevic.
Because he can commit from all 3 levels, Vucevic is a tricky cover.
First personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for Chicago, Nikola Vucevic.
And that one falls for Vucevic.
What makes Vuce so tough is the combination of size and athleticism. Defenses are always trying to figure him out. That's why this man is a double-double every night.
Herter's checked in for Chicago. So he gets them both.
This is how you stay in the game. They're doing a beautiful job from the line. 100% this quarter.
Here's the professor. Herter defending. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
Bulls ball.
Let's go to the leaderboard and see which teams have been leading in assists this season. In third, Chicago. Fifth on the list, the Pistons.
These two squads move the ball with ease. They play an attractive brand of basketball.
To the inside, the kid, and he dunks it down.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
Pass to Big Dog. Oh, and he breaks it down with a two-handed jam.
Assisted by
That gives him a double-double in this one.
They're not rolling like they were earlier. The bucket's a little harder to come by.
Here's George. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. It's George on the wing. Outside Giddey. 6 to shoot. Goes back up. Cunningham with some nice D.
And the defense was right on him there. Nice contest.
Durant, the pass to the professor. That shot off the mark.
So far this quarter, he's been out of sync and might be pressing right now.
And there's Herter. That's good on the assist from Giddey. Herter's got his first 2 points.
Where's the rim protection? That's just too easy for him.
Connor gets hauled in by the Bulls. The kid's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Here's George. They get it back. Great positioning on the putback.
Woo, hard work creating the second chance opportunity.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Pistons ahead. They're up by 3. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
59.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2. And they turned it on during that second quarter, turning that deficit into a lead and playing with confidence. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far?
You know, every team talks about playing unselfishly, and in the first half, it didn't look like there was an ego on this team. Now, looks can be deceiving, but the assist totals back up what we saw.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Chicago?
They were really efficient, great approach offensively. Their shot selection was first rate. They were always working hard to get good looks. That can't change in the second half. They need to be just as well organized as they've been so far.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. Chicago trailing here. Kobe White out there with Josh Giddey. Then there's George. Then there's Nikola Vucevic. And it's the kid in at the 4. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. George's shot is off.
Defense pulled out all the stops to shut him down there.
Pass to the professor. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 5 rebounds in the game. Outside White. And the layup is good off the glass. White's got 15.
Look at what he's doing here, and it's hard to imagine him playing much better.
Giddey against Cunningham. And a look now at the Detroit Pistons' upcoming schedule. On Tuesday, they'll be playing against Clint Capella and the Atlanta Hawks. And then on Friday, they'll be matching up against Donovan Mitchell and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And for their matchup with the Nuggets, it's the second game of a back-to-back, so you know there'll be some heavy legs out there. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes its toll on your body.
First one falls for him. so he makes both from the line. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Giddey passes to White. Here's the kid. Pass to George. 5 to shoot. And such a nice move to make that bucket possible. 10 points for him.
Yeah, muscling his way for the bucket. George doing what he does best.
Cunningham outside. Here's the professor. The shot's good on the assist by Cunningham. Cunningham's got 6 assists here tonight.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
Now here's Giddey. 10 points for him. Misses from short range.
He did everything in his power to make that a hard shot.
Excellent D. Avoided fouling and got in perfect position to alter that shot.
And Giddey has got the ball here for the Chicago Bulls. They trail by 6. George outside. A shot from the high post. Good work there as it goes. George has got 4 points this quarter.
And that's the versatility of George. He does it from long range, mid-range, and at the rim.
Here's Thompson. George with a steal. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Pass to Cunningham. Over Giddey. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Here's White. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Third personal foul. First team foul. At the line for Chicago, Kobe White.
1 shot.
The Pistons leading. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Cunningham against Giddey. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That one on Giddey.
And just a high IQ play. Cunningham goes for a pump fake, and now he's headed to the line.
At the line for the Pistons, Cade Cunningham taking 2 shots.
First one falls. Both free throws good from Cunningham. And Chicago has possession. It's a 3-point game. Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over.
And they got to refocus. Too many careless turnovers will kill your momentum.
Give it up one more time for your Chicago Bulls.
want high field goal percentages from the bigs. These are the best at efficiently putting the ball in the bucket. And you look at Duren. He is consistent. 4th highest shooting percentage in the NBA.
The challenge for bigs is not only to create high percentage looks, but to also finish consistently. This group, they do just that.
And this is a dependable group of low post scorers. They have incredible touch from close range.
For Detroit, they've gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. Big dog, good.
Love to see him inside passing like this, as well as guys being on the same page.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third. Here's George. Rebound Detroit. Duren's got 6 rebounds now in the game. You know, over his career, Paul George has racked up more than his fair share of accolades, Grant.
Well, he's a fixture at All-Star Weekend, that's for sure. Now, he's made the All-Defensive team more than a few times. He's had an outstanding career.
And I have no clue how he got that one to fall, pulling some magic in the midair and torturing the defense in the process.
Giddy into the lane. That's bucket number 5. He's 5 for 12 now.
He's good enough where it takes a lot to bother him at the rim like that.
Thompson scanning the floor. Ooh, nice D from George.
A perfect example of how to protect the rim.
This is why he's out there. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
Yeah, good luck stopping back. When PG is hitting the pull-up with his size and hops, you just got to tip your hat.
Now here's Cunningham. He's got 9. Pass to the professor. And he banks in the layup. The professor's got 9 points now in the second half.
And his ability to efficiently score, that's really helped him out in this one, putting them ahead on the scoreboard.
Here's George. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
And just so hard to stop without fouling. I mean, George can beat you with length, with skill, and with intelligence.
Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for Detroit.
They've been hitting consistently from mid-range all game. It's been a big part of their offensive production in this one.
Well, something else that stands out is how they've shared the ball. I mean, they're getting a lot of their points from sharp passing.
And he drops it first.
You're not going to find many better two-way players than George. He gets after it at both ends every night.
And the Pistons making a change here. Harris is checked in. George hits them both. The Pistons have gotten 5 of 8 shots to go in the third. Down low. Duren with the bucket. Duren's got 8.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
And that one drops for him.
And just using balance and coordination, George can make plays in baskets that many can't.
Pass to the professor. The shot's good on the assist by Cunningham. The professor's got 11 points in the quarter.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense, man.
George outside from deep. Got it again. That makes him 8 for 15 for the night.
And now with 2 3-pointers in each half, he's really doing his all to help his team out from deep.
Detroit calls timeout.
Yeah, Coach no doubt wants to use this timeout to review the matchups and maybe make some adjustments as well.
I'm sure all of the above is in order, and you can never be too content.
The one and only Chicago Lovable. once again, your Chicago Lovables.
Now Cunningham, 9 points in the game. Harris outside. Here's the professor. Here's Big Dog. The offensive rebound. Duren with the bucket. Duren's got 4 points this quarter.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
Here's White. The shot's good on the assist by Giddey. Giddey's got his assist totals piling up. 11 now for him tonight. Here's the professor. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. The professor's got 33.
Keep riding that hot hand. He's been pretty much unstoppable.
Here's George. Deflected. And they're able to recover. And they pick up 2. And so Cunningham will bring it up for the Pistons. At one point, they led by 16. And the whistle blows on a backcourt violation. Went over and back.
And that is an absolute heartbreaker of a turnover. In a close game like this, that might be enough to impact how it ends.
And the Bulls making a change here. Desumu's checked in. Cunningham against Giddey. Pass to Desumu for the lead. Here's Money. And that one's good with extra effort on the glass. Money's gotten his first basket of the night. We've seen 5 lead changes so far. Neither team able to pull away.
Yeah, this game just feels like it's going to come down to the wire.
Cunningham finds Harris. Misses the 3.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Desumu on the wing. Pounded by Harris. Desumu, the pass to George. They double-team George. And down it goes. 2 points. And now a 3-point Chicago lead.
He's looked practically unstoppable this quarter. The defense, yeah, well, they haven't had many answers for him.
Cunningham passes to Harris. Rebound by the Bulls.
They've been dominating the boards tonight, yet it's still a close game.
And he makes it. Desumu's got his 3rd basket of the night.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. Yeah, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Cunningham passes to Big Dog. Here's the professor. They need this. Good on the jump shot. The professor's got 35.
Look, as his career has gone on, the vision, let's say it's improved for Harris.
Here's Vucevic. Pass to Money. Here's Desumu. The shot, no good. Good D by Harris. The Pistons trailing. And here's Cunningham. Here's Duren. 10 points for him. Here's the professor. George defending. Connor driving to the basket. And it's Chicago with a board. Desumu's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to George. Lets it fly. And Cunningham pulls it down. Detroit has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Cunningham using his size.
Yeah, strong player mentally. Cunningham showing the physical strength on that play.
George left side. Money with the bucket. Money's got 5 points in the quarter.
He's got a sweet stroke from long range. Plenty of bigs do now.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. Paul George with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He'll just keep hurting them from the three-point land if they let him. Here's a chance for Coach to change that.
He's checked in for Giddy. And let's take a look at the playmaking here. This chart with assist totals split between the front court and back court tonight for Chicago.
And give a lot of credit to how well the guards have played. Getting creative with the rock and using their playmaking skills to their advantage. It's something they want to maintain moving forward.
Now here's Cunningham. 11 points in the game. From the elbow. Big Dog. Good. Big Dog's got 14.
You have to appreciate guys who can work the mid-range area. It's clearly how you keep defenses honest.
And when we talk about the numbers, the analytics for great shooters like him, pretty much any shot is a good shot.
White. Here's Vucevic. And there's two. Work on the glass, man, off that time. Vucevic has got his third bucket of the night.
Just a stellar rebounder. Vuce, look, he relishes getting those extra offensive rebounds.
And the shot's good.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
And so George will bring it up for Chicago. The lead is 2. Over Hardaway. George's shot is off. Detroit has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Pass to Hardaway for the tie. That falls. Nice feed that time from Cunningham.
Assisted by
Cunningham's got his 9th assist of the game now. Chicago has gotten 6 of 11 threes to go in this game. Here's Dosunmu. Ivy defends. Dosunmu, the pass to Money. There's 48 seconds left in the third. Here's Vucevic. No problem on the jumper in close. Vucevic has got 6 in the quarter.
On the interior, Vuce, look, this man has so many moves to account for.
Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, you can give up some size, but that shows you how fearless he is, willing to attack the basket no matter who is in front of him.
The Pistons shooting 53%. Good efficiency on offense so far. Harris's shot is good.
They've toned down their three-point attack in the second half, looking to protect the lead with higher percentage shots.
Now here's George. 1 second left. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game thus far. The Pistons on top, up by 2. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get set for quarter number 4. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
A lot of times a spectacular pass is more impressive than a spectacular shot. This is one of those times.
The time is here.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the 4th in what is still anybody's ball game. And on the floor for Detroit here in the 4th. Cunningham and Ivy are the backcourt pair. Tim Hardaway is out there with Tobias Harris. And it's Big Dog in at the center position, locking down the middle. Chicago trailing here. Knocked away. On the break. Big Dog, good.
And they just continue to sharpen their offense here in the second half.
Chicago has gotten 6 of 11 threes to go in this game. Yes! And the foul! Cade Cunningham picks that one up.
Yeah, nice work from Ball. Able to absorb the hit and still capitalize. Just impressive.
Chicago making some changes. George comes in for Nikola Vucevic. And it's Dosunmu in for White.
At the line for Chicago, Lonzo Ball.
And that one falls for Ball.
And we've seen some good free throw shooting in the second half.
And here's Ivy. Outside Hardaway. Inside. No good off the glass.
Oh, come on. Those are the looks you can't mess up. From this close inside, you got to get the job done. Exposing the defense and taking advantage in the paint.
Here's Cunningham. Following the bucket by the Bulls. Ivy outside. Pass to Big Dog. Here's Cunningham. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over ball. Here's Big Dog. And good work on the boards as they picked up the second chance points. And the Pistons lead by 3. Up top, George. Defended by Hardaway. George with the bucket. George has got 26 points.
And at the offensive end, George persistent and consistent.
Cunningham against Ball. Harris outside. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Defense comes at Harris hard inside, but he is physical right back. If you hit first, it hurts less.
Here's George. Right through the D for the layup. George has got 4 points this quarter.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. And the foul called on Paul George. That's his first foul.
A great job to establish position and square up.
Here's the professor. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. It's good. The professor's got 17 now, just in the second half.
They're in strong position coming down the stretch, and he is a big reason why.
Pass to George to tie it up. Big Dog pulls it in. The Pistons have gotten 5 of their 7 shots to fall in this final quarter. They get it back. Duran, good on the bucket. And the Pistons lead by 5.
Stayed with it, and his effort is rewarded with the second chance bucket.
Throws it up high.
And when you look at the numbers over the last few years, it's clear that George has made a jump as a playmaker.
Here's Cunningham. Drives to the hoop. Oh, Cade Cunningham. Strong.
Tremendous individual play. I mean, challenging the heart of that defense.
Here's George. Again with the block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Protecting the rim well. Love the hustle. The Pistons making a switch here.
Tim Hardaway Jr. Malik Beasley.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. Hardaway against George. Good D by Hardaway. The Pistons have gotten 7 of their first 10 shots to go during this fourth quarter. Harris left side. Pass to the professor. The kid with a rebound. The kid's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. George's shot is off.
Showing great intensity around the rim. It's part of why he's a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
And here are the Bulls now. Here's the professor. Pass to Beasley. Just 5 on the clock. It's tipped. And he gets it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Chicago making some changes. White, he's checked in for George. And it's Josh Giddey in for Ball.
Josh Giddey.
Chicago has gone 6 for 12 from deep so far in this game. Giddey passes to Money. Here's DeSumo. Here's White. They get the rebound. Money with the bucket.
The way they've hit the offensive boards in the second half, you would think they're the team that's leading.
Here's the professor. Oh, almost had a 4-point play right there. Money will go to the line with a chance for 3.
Second personal foul.
That one on Giddey.
You know, not the smartest play a defender can make there.
Shooting for Detroit. Connor. 3 shots.
And he's good on the first of 3.
If they keep hitting free throws at this clip, it'll help them seal the deal.
And he's good on the second. Makes it, and he continues to shoot well from the line. And Giddey has got the ball here for the Bulls. He takes it in. Banked it in off the glass.
Instead of risking something on the perimeter, he just works it inside.
Reading the defense, sensing the open, he does not hesitate.
Now here's Harris. Beasley finds Hardaway. Back to Beasley. 6 on the shot clock. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
Trying to close out. You got to know who's hot and who's not.
Here's DeSumo. Goes up and lays it in. Nice and easy. And now it's just a 2-point Detroit lead.
With a tough road ahead, they worked hard to get a good shot.
Here's Duren. It's hauled in by the Bulls. The kid's got his 18th rebound here tonight. All over the place. To the paint. To tie it up. And the layup is up and in. Money's got 6 points in the quarter.
In the second half, we've seen him refocus his shooting. Much fewer wasted possessions.
Oh, they get a hand on it. Here's Harris. Pass to Duren. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. There's another block. Oh, you can't throw the weak sauce around him.
No, you can't, B.A. I mean, he's sending everything back.
Out of bounds. It'll be Pistons ball.
I'm not sure what happened there. You just can't give away possessions in this league.
How about the unselfishness of this team?
Yeah, the willingness to make the next pass has this defense scrambling.
Thompson with it. Cunningham outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's hauled in by White.
With the defense absent, that was a great opportunity, but no go.
To take the lead. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Great teamwork on that drive, punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution, running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for Chicago.
They've been punishing the inside defense consistently in this one. Look, it's been a very productive area of the floor for them.
And we can't forget about how ferocious they've been cutting to the rim, just going right at defenders and finding ways to finish.
The Pistons trailing. Here's the professor. Cunningham outside. Over Giddey. Here's Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Flying high, Asar Thompson. I wish I still had hops like that.
Outside White. Pass to DeSumo. Into the lane. Oh, he trains it. His sixth, making 9 tries so far.
This has been the story of the game. A battle fought on offense.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
Giddey finds White. Here's Money. Big dog pulls it in.
A perfect example of how to protect the rim.
This is why he's out there in situations like this. He stands tall to prevent points.
Now here's Cunningham. White with the steal. It's Giddey on the wing. Yep, that one's good. Giddey's got 4 points in the quarter.
No need to risk a shot from range when you can take it inside.
And a big issue for them, turnovers.
Yeah, you just can't give away possessions in this league.
Cunningham outside. Over Giddey. The kid with a rebound. The kid's got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. Here's DeSumo. Drilled from 11 feet out. And it's a 7-point Bulls lead.
I mean, they've been relentless. Just keep getting shots at the rim.
Cunningham against Giddey. From 11 feet away. Shot is good. Off the back rim and in. Cunningham's got 19 points.
Not afraid of taking big shots. Cunningham rises to the occasion and delivers.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Please give a big round of applause for your Bulls Youth Dance Team.
The New Balance Player of the Game.
And guess what? This was his game all night. I mean, he tore through the defense and almost never took a bad shot out there. Really, a level of offensive consistency most players can only dream of.
Vucevic, he's checked in for Chicago. George comes in for DeSumo. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Billy Donovan was saying to the team. Coach had a direct message for the team saying no matter the lead, no NBA game is ever over. Do not let your guard down. We'll see if they hold on.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Ooh, assertive from Cunningham.
Yeah, a graceful touch from Cunningham, making that floater look effortless.
Chicago leading. Now White. Pass to Vucevic. The three is up. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
The professor with a bucket.
Ooh, how sick was that, guys? I mean, he makes defenders look silly with moves like that.
George against Thompson. George's shot is good. George has got 30 points.
Yeah, tough bucket for George. He's just so good at maintaining his focus.
Here's the professor. Got a hand on it. Now here's George. Takes a three. Up again.
That's a pure effort play. Nice tip in.
And that's a skill you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Here's the professor. Oh, steps back and drains the jumper. The professor's got 44.
Even if they saw the step back coming, the defense didn't offer much resistance.
Thompson against George. Outside Giddey. Pass to White. The three. Another possession. Another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He has been one step ahead of the defense all game long.
And there's no way this margin gets closed down. Great execution of a game plan and a nice win here for the Bulls.
Seemed like the sheer volume of three-pointers today was the deciding factor.
And they'd hit one and then just dial it up again. And it worked.
And this will give them their 7th win of the year.
And once this game is all said and done, they'll have a healthy 2-0 lead in this season series.
We've come to expect big-time games from him. Just another day at the office for the kid.
He limited the opposing offense's impact as well with some superb defense, finding lots of chances to knock away shots.
That free throw good from Cunningham. And that's good as he hits both shots. And so George will bring it up for the Bulls. Again, the Bulls score.
Their home crowd has energized them all game. Now they're closing it out.
It's always nice to perform like this, especially in front of the faithful home crowd.
Thompson in the post. And George with some nice D. So it's the Bulls winning this one easily. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.
And it makes a huge difference. Once they started to get into a groove, you never really felt like they wouldn't come out on top.
Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
PG, you just looked confident out there. How were you able to be so effective offensively?
I just kept moving. You know, within our offense, you know, the key is to move. You know, my teammates do a great job of setting screens and getting me open. You know, I just got to, stay within the offense.
You have to make that defense work. Wear them out. Thanks, PG.
All right, Allie, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.